it. And you may be asking, for what? For this. And with that, Alyssa and I were on our way to Lisbon, Portugal. Day one in Portugal. We were very hungry after landing, so we found a mom and pop shop to eat some lunch, and we pretty much explored the city immediately after that. Okay, let's go time today. We're on our way out from the Airbnb again. We're gonna get pastel de nata, or pastéis de nata. On our way to the pastry shop, we found the Rocio Christmas markets. And we looked around. We also wandered around town a bit to look at shops and found this really cool iron tower.
I like that it's crispy.
This is relaxing. That could be fun. That's very good.
Day 2 in Portugal, we're at a coffee shop, specialty coffee shop. I really would like this big pastry that they have. Looks insane, but I might not get it. But anyways, today we're walking around Alfama, just checking it out. Everything is kind of exorbitantly priced. I don't know why, but everything is like $15 admission. So we might not be
on the
that.
budget.
Yeah. I'm personally on a budget. I don't know about Vanessa, but
Not really.
But yeah, so we're gonna do that, check out some shops, hopefully do some shopping. I don't know, maybe buy a tin fish. Try that out with some crackers on the street or something.
Bring it home for dinner.
Maybe, yeah. That's the vibe.
I will note that you'll be seeing more of Fora artisan pastry in our trip. Lisbon was beautiful. The doors were so ornate, so were the tiles. The streets were of course super hilly, but Alyssa and I persevered.
All you need directions is this way.
After exploring the area near the castle, Alyssa and I went to the Time Out food market and we kind of just walked around. We also went to the LX factory after doing a little bit of research and finding out that they're home to so many different small shops, like the cool bookshop, and we also went to a nearby restaurant for lunch. After lunch, we decided it was time to explore the area near the castle again. So we ended up finding this cute little indoor market nearby the castle. And we also decided that we would end up paying the €15 to enter the castle. But we did get a student and young person discount, so that was kind of nice. We're here at Castelo de São Jorge. The view is kind of crazy. Yeah. Okay, end of the day, I will be cooking chicken for our salad, and I will also be having beans for fiber and cucumber. Yes.
For fiber.
Cucumber with the skin on for fiber. Alyssa also told me that I can eat kiwis with the skin, so I did that today for the first time ever. Good morning, Portugal day 3, I think.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, day 3.
Yes.
Day 3. We're going to the ferry to go to Almada today. Yeah. Alyssa and I had high hopes for Almada because we were hoping to see something more residential. In addition to trying out their croissant shop, I also really wanted to get a haircut, so that's exactly what I did, and it was cheaper than getting one at home. Soon after my beautiful haircut, Alyssa and I got hungry, so we ventured over to another side of town to grab some lunch. It's in there. I've been eating it. Here we've got the codfish. Done. Almost done.
It's so delicious.
The sauce
is so delicious.
Since it was still nice out, Alyssa and I decided to go to Casa de Circa, which is essentially an art museum and gardens. Overall, I think the consensus was that Almada definitely has some soul, and it was well worth the trip. Good morning! We're going to the coffee shop that we went to a couple days ago, called Fora. Alyssa's gonna get her pastry. I'm also probably gonna get a pastry and try the cappuccino, and then we're gonna go to the flea market. Yeah, and then what else are we doing today? We're going to Sintra.
Look at this. A fucking mosquito bit me on my nose.
You should put concealer on it. But yeah, there were 2 mosquitoes at night because they opened up the window because we were cooking, and 2 mosquitoes came in and I killed both of them. Thank God. But one of them first.
She's that girl.
And then the second one came, or we found the second one, but it was like buzzing in our ears at night, so it's like an E sound. And then finally I killed it this morning at like 5 a.m. Exhausting. Fora's pastries were so delicious. We really enjoyed the pastries as well as the cappuccinos that the barista whipped up for us. After the pastries, we walked over to the flea market and bought a bunch of souvenirs. We were looking at all the different goods and just had a really good time. Hey guys, we're here in Sintra. Sintra looks like a fake city. The buildings are a little bit too picturesque. The hills are a little too nice, but I loved it. I had a lot of fun just walking around and seeing what a crazy looking city this was. The World Heritage Site, which is the Quinta da Regaleria, was the location that Alyssa and I wanted to go to. This place isn't historical at all, but a lot of the buildings are based upon different time periods. So it was really just fun to walk around and see the insane artistry that went into making these buildings. we're going again. Why don't you tell them? Again, for the 4th time on this trip. We're going there to get a quick cappuccino to go, and then we'll go onto the train to head to Portugal and sorry, yeah. Yeah, I'll do a latte too, but I feel like their latte is kind of weak. I don't know. Maybe their banana bread latte is better. We'll see. But yeah, and then we'll hang out in Porto, and then that's for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning-ish, and then we'll head back to Lisbon to get ready for our flight on Friday. Cappuccino secured. Since we didn't book in advance, we ended up having to buy first class seats on the train to Porto, which I guess wasn't too bad of a thing. It was just stressful finding the correct seats. Right off the bat, Porto felt more our vibe. We found an urban market. We found so many more vintage shops that felt less tourist trappy, and we also did see some pretty spectacular views. The architecture was incredible. The tile work was also just so insanely gorgeous. And also the weather, we got so lucky. It was sunny almost the entire time we were there. A lot of Porto was Alyssa and I popping in and out of coffee shops, going shopping, getting a pastry, and then rinse and repeating. For dinner, Alyssa and I had the equivalent of what's a kava in the United States. The place was called Honest Greens. That place was pretty centrally located, so we were able to walk from there back to our Airbnb. I loved the walkability of where we were staying. We were staying in a pretty centrally located area. We were able to access the Belt Store, a coffee shop, and some major monuments and landmarks around the Airbnb. We spent a good chunk of the morning just exploring the riverfronts. On our walk back towards the city center, we did end up finding Mercado do Bolhau, which is a open air market which has 2 stories of vendors, and they just have so many different food stalls. You could buy meat, fish, flowers, fresh produce, and baked goods. We're having carpaccio and tartar. Alyssa bought a blueberry.
I got a blueberry port wine at the market, so I'm gonna try it with my cheese, my sheep cheese.
Wait, should we try one of these first here?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Carpaccio.
Beef carpaccio. Oh! Okay.
Cheers. Cheers. Can you put like a little seasoning on it?
Oh, I like that. Oh my god, I'm gonna take a photo.
I should put it right.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, there's olive
Oh my
oil
god.
and seasoning on the tartar. Oh, cheers. That's good.
Whoa.
Chewy.
I love Porto.
Me too.
This is sheep cheese. Sheep cheese, and I'm gonna get some blueberry port wine on top. Oh my god, this looks so good. The whole like berries. try it.
Wait, are you gonna try it?
Oh yeah. Oh, they're pretty.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That is so good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. During sunset, we ventured over towards the southern side of the river. Both sides of the river were filled with performers and little kiosks where you can purchase things. The view was breathtaking. So yeah, that was pretty much our full day in Porto. What a beautiful city. The river, the buildings, the nice weather really all tied it together for us. I think this was our favorite city out of all the places that we went to in Portugal. And that brings us to our last full day in Portugal. We started the day off in Porto. We kind of just wanted to see the rest of the city before we had to leave by train. We were mostly wandering around the eastern side of town, and we stumbled upon an arts university, and I don't really know if we were allowed to be there. The guard saw us walk in, and when we were walking out, they had immediately locked the gates after we left, so that was a bit interesting, but fun nonetheless. Our train was leaving around 2, so we had to wander back towards the center of town. This led us to the cool music building, some other cool landmarks, and back to Honest Greens, of course. That meal was so yummy, and so was the meal before that. So yeah, that was our trip to Portugal. I really enjoyed the entire week and being able to spend it with my sister, and I'm sure she feels the same way. Yeah, I am glad that we got to vlog this trip. Thanks for watching.